Howdy, folks. It's good to see you. I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. And I want to thank you for tuning in daily to Love in Action Daily Boost Program. It is a thrill in my life to be able to pour love into the earth. There are a lot of people complaining about life. Welcome, Tara. Welcome, Angie. There are a lot of people pretending like we're not in one of the best lucrative countries in the world with lots of work to do. But there are a lot of people who don't want to receive the blessings right under their nose. And we don't do that in Love in Action Network as we build our dreams. We choose, by the power of our decision, to spread love and to believe that brighter days are coming. Every day in Love in Action Network, we do the Daily Boost program. And the Daily Boost program is based on the 7-day Pillar Challenge by Poppy Water and the House of Mami Wata. Seven days go along with 7 chakras. And if you have been with us through, but from Sunday, you would know that we start off in the root chakra. And the root chakra is I am. It's I am. And we build from I am into I feel, from I feel into I do. I love you. I'm sending you love. From I do into I love. From I love into I speak. I speak into I see. I see into I know and I understand. And today we're going to rise up into our Saturday using the 7-day Pillar Challenge into what we know and what we understand. What we know and understand about what we found out earlier in the week about who we are, what we know and understand about how we feel, what we know and understand to the best of our abilities about what we're doing, what we know and understand about where our love is going, what we know and understand about the words we're speaking and how it feels to speak those words and to offer that truth. What we know and understand about what we see and what we're taking in through that sense gate called the eyes. And what we know and understand about the future that we know we deserve for ourselves and the communities that we serve. And I love this challenge. I love the chakras. I love the idea that way before there was a Christian or a master teacher called Jesus, way before we had academia, way before there were so many religions, there were these focal points in our body temple that would bring us into awareness of how to maintain our wholeness. And this is ancient Vedic technology that will heal you from the rooter to the tutor. And so this week, I've got my notes here so that my ADHD doesn't get the best of me and the caffeine doesn't take me over the cliff. I had another soda today. It was amazing. 79 cents at Circle K. Don't forget to get your Circle K app and scan your barcode, because if you scan your barcode, they'll give you a 79-cent pop. And boy, oh boy, does it give me energy. So I have to have my notes to look to so that I don't get pulled into the bushes of life. It's week 42. Week 42 is all about celebrating milestones. Focusing on celebrating our love wins. And no matter what you're going through in your life today, you probably are winning in some way as well. Angela came into peer support yesterday and said, I'm just grateful to be alive for one more day. Some days it would appear that that's your only win. Maybe you don't have enough money for your bills. Maybe things are not working out perfectly in your romance or in your platonic relationships or in your family relationships. Maybe you are upset or anxious or dwelling on the past or really freaked out about the future. You know, we've all been there before, if we're not there right now, or will be there in the future. And if that's you and you only have being alive as your singular point of gratitude, and of course, Angie gave us 3. Angie gives us more. But her saying that yesterday really blessed me, because I was, oh, Angela is grateful for being alive just for today. That can unlock so many doors for us. So many doors. And these are the kinds of love wins that we celebrate within Love in Action Network, because gratitude is a gateway. It's the ultimate gateway substance that allows for our freedom. The crown chakra, Sahasrara, is all about unity, divine connection, and spiritual celebration. It is the crown. It is our authority. It is the I'm that bitch in us all. And so today we're going to be celebrating love as a divine and infinite source of joy. And thank you, Angie and Tara, for attending today. You're so loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable. You're always going to be loved and lovable. And how you feel and relate to being loved and lovable today is going to change your whole vibe. And if you change your vibe, you'll change your whole life. If you change your vibe, you'll change your tribe. And your tribe can bless your entire life. We have to continue to believe in ourselves. We have to stay lifted. We cannot let what's happening around us and what we're taking in to discourage us. We have to figure out a way to walk by faith and not by sight. Have you noticed that the things that you witness and see in the world and the things that people tell you that they're witnessing will sometimes fuck you up? Sometimes we pay too close attention to what we see. Sometimes it's important to trust what we know. And I've been pulled down this week a bit by relying solely on what is seen. Dr. Flo, man, you gotta trust what you know. You gotta trust what you know. We're coming to the end of the year, so the first question is all about how has your understanding of divine love evolved this year? How has your understanding of divine love evolved this year? What moments have reminded you that you are deeply connected to something greater? I don't know why I pointed up. I could have pointed here. What moments have reminded you that you are deeply connected to something greater? I don't know why I pointed up. That's my old training. Something greater. Something greater. Hallelujah. Something greater. Something greater. I don't know why I pointed up. That's an old habit. But what moments have reminded you that you are deeply connected to something greater? What spiritual milestone or awakening are you celebrating today? What spiritual milestone or awakening are you celebrating today? How does gratitude deepen your connection to the divine source of love? How does gratitude deepen your connection to the divine source of love? When I say to you divine source of love, does that even resonate in the room? Do you believe in that? Are you the divine source of love? Let me know in the comments. Is it you, Clarice? Are you yourself the divine source of love? How do you celebrate oneness with all living beings through love? How do you celebrate oneness with all living beings through love? In what ways do you experience joy as a sacred and spiritual act? In what ways do you experience joy as a sacred and spiritual act? How has faith or surrender guided your journey towards peace and fulfillment? Oh, this is a good one for me today. I've been talking about it all day. How has faith or surrender guided your journey towards peace and fulfillment? Meaning, how, Flo, are you going to surrender to the unknown in your life to bring peace? Are you willing to surrender everything that you think you know about your life in order to tap into peace? I said this to the community earlier today in peer support. I said, today I don't want to be an adult. Today I don't want to worry. Today I just want to be. I surrender. And while surrender in our society can often feel like defeat, what if it was the awakening to fulfillment and peace? Surrender. Not pushing through. Surrender. How has faith or surrender guided your journey towards peace and fulfillment? Surrender. Letting go. And like I said, a lot of people think that grinning and bearing it or pushing through is how they're going to get peace. What about surrender? What about actually saying, I don't know, and I surrender? What did Dolly say? I'm going to show the process that I trust it. I'm going to show my process that I'm honest, open, willing, and available. I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to surrender and walk by faith and not by sight. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not for those who want to know everything. It is not for you crystal ball having people. Walking by faith and not by sight is a courageous act. Moving and trusting yourself is a bold and courageous act. What divine lessons about love have become clear through your life experiences? What divine lessons about love have become clear through your life experiences? How do you honor love as a unifying force beyond all separation? How do you honor love as a unifying force beyond all separation? Last question. And thank y'all for listening over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, and Substack. I really appreciate you all tapping in. I see there's a congregation of between 13 to 20 people that are faithfully watching and hopefully vibing higher from what we offer here. And 20 would be a pretty large elementary school classroom. If I had 20 students in a high school classroom, I would be having a full day. So I'm grateful for the 20 of you or so. It flexes, we have busy lives, but the analytics tell me that anywhere between 13 to 20 people are definitely tuning in every day to pick up the love crumbs that we sprinkle, and I'm super grateful for that. It's not zero, and it's never zero, folks. It's never been zero, and it ain't ever gonna be zero. There's someone always paying attention to our love, including the people who are out in the courtyard here who are watching me right now. Let your light shine. Last question. What blessings are you ready to offer to the world in celebration of love's presence? What blessing are you ready to offer to the world in celebration of love's presence? I feel like this question set me up to talk about Dr. Flo and the love experience and the love revival. I feel like that question was a setup. I feel like they teed me up to tell you that I don't care how it comes into the planet and I don't care who's around to see it, but songs, smiles, support, and shenanigans is coming to Savannah, Georgia, and it's also coming to the country through me, and it's also coming through TikTok and Instagram lives into the world. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. And I will gather others who are truly and unapologetically unafraid about spreading love. There will always be people who go, I don't know if I want to put my neck out like that. What about my job? What about my friends? What about my reputation? Girl, you ain't got no reputation. You ain't got no reputation. People are projecting onto us what they think about us all the time. Who do you want to be? And how do you want your love made manifest on the planet today and every day? Let's go for that. Loved and lovable. Exactly as we are. As we close today, I wish you happiness. I wish you healthiness. I wish you freedom in this life. I know that love wants to pop through onto the planet as a love revival. And I also know that we are some of the only ones that are standing in its way. We're going to move ourselves out of the way. Hey, Dave. We're going to move ourselves out of the way and allow love to come through once and for all. The love revival that's trying to come through the planet and come to the planet is going to make today's protest look like child's play. because it's one thing to stand against something. And love to everybody who went out there today. May you be blessed. But it's one thing to stand against something. It's another thing to stand for something. And of course, those people were standing for things too, but a lot of energy was given today to what we are against and what we don't want to see and what we're afraid of. The love revival, when someone's inhaling something very sweet, I had a flashback to my former life. Wow. It's very it's like a very sweet inhalation. Wow. Yes, Tara. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. We're standing for love here. I'll meet y'all back over on Instagram. I will flare into our WhatsApp community. I want to thank you so much for being with us today. On behalf of Tara Praolo Studio, Poppy Water 33, myself, Ask Dr. Flo on all platforms. I finally changed my Reddit handle to, in a couple other places I saw that I was still Andre and the Flo. I'm now Ask Dr. Flo on all platforms on behalf of all of us in the network, including Dave Tony. Stay in your power, stay in your joy, stay loved and lovable, and we'll see you very, very soon around our fantastic network. See you on Instagram.